the news of the week, Tuesday edition, with your anchorman, Dennis Miller.
You applaud now, but one day you will betray me. Well, good evening, and what can I tell you? Here we see Bill Clinton with an aide carrying reams of allegations that he'll have to deny over the weekend. The key word being reams. Having lost his voice, a courageous Clinton defied his doctors this week by campaigning in semaphore, the international language of flags. Here we see him signaling a buxom woman to prepare to be boarded. The Surgeon General yesterday reported that risky sexual behavior, crime, and bad grades are some of the results associated with teenage drinking and presidential primaries. Earlier this week, as an aide worked feverishly to plug the damage, Jerry Brown points to a hole in his cranium where the presidential hopeful claims, quote, the voices come from. Jerry finally took a break from the rigors of the campaign trail this week by shedding his trademark turtleneck for attire he's a little more comfortable in. Sunday, Paul Tsongas announced that he will not seek the Democratic nomination and will in the future let his tan lines accentuate his supple breasts. Those lights, it's the Aureola Borealis. Here we see Sonny Bono in L.A. this week as Cher's secretary explains to him that she's very busy right now. Assembly Speaker Willie Brown, a Democrat from San Francisco, does his impression of how Dan Quayle and Bill Clinton avoided the draft. And George Bush looks on in amazement at some school children as they explain that the Earth rotates, not the sun. Following a slip in the polls, a belligerent Bush faced reporters last Friday and declared, I know what America needs, love songs. Nothing but love songs. The President and House Speaker Tom Foley shared a laugh this week when it dawned on them that they would both probably be reelected, even though it's no longer a secret they're not qualified for their jobs. And Pat Buchanan couldn't help but break into a huge smile Sunday as he listened to some digitally remastered speeches of Der Führer. And following the success of Embrace the Serpent, Marilyn Quayle took a vacation in the Bahamas. Hey! She's on the boat. Ex-President Ronald Reagan was attacked by a nuclear protester in Las Vegas yesterday. The protester said he did it to impress Edie Brickell. You know, the only good thing about the whole incident is that Reagan has no memory of it today. When asked about it this afternoon, Reagan said, "What's Las Vegas?" Larry King, who was in the front row during the incident, said he was completely taken by surprise. All he could blurt out was, "Sir, what is your question?" The turnout was light Saturday in Washington, D.C. for the Right to Poop in the Park rally. Californians may end up voting on whether the state should split up. Yeah, that's kind of drastic. I think we should get some counseling. Maybe buy a convertible, see other states for a while, you know. Let's work it out. A new $200,000 government pork barrel study has discovered that fish cannot live without water. Well, Yasser Arafat was found alive this week after reports that his plane went down. Had he not been found, the PLO was ready to replace him with Pete Best. Dude, full-on tailgate party in Red Square. Kegs, no cops. Here we see Boris Yeltsin as he fails the touch your nose segment of the Russian sobriety test. A new study shows that when brushing your teeth, you should use light circular strokes with a soft bristled brush. That's interesting because up until now, I've had good results using jaw-breaking linear strokes with a stiff wire brush. Here, author Louis Turkel flashes the impish grin that earned him the nickname Studs. Here we see golf great Arnold Palmer after he putted the wrong ball. This week, former members of the Latin pop group Menudo gathered to reminisce. And hundreds of Duke students celebrated victory in the NCAA tournament by rioting and dancing in the fiery glow of what was once their campus. Our lives will never be this good again, said senior Chipper Williams, so we just opted to destroy everything, man. Well, the city of Chicago is in the midst of getting a high colonic. There was massive flooding in an ancient tunnel system under Chicago yesterday, knocking out power and closing the subway system. Workers eventually plugged the huge leak with cement after first slowing the water flow with mattresses, which were generously donated by the Bill Clinton campaign headquarters. The flood is giving many Chicagoans the day off from work. New evidence has shown that the whole thing was an elaborate plot masterminded by Ferris Bueller. Meanwhile, in Florida, a man holds his nuts in one hand and his sack in the other. And no, that's not the Kennedy compound. Guess what, folks? That's the news, and I am out of here.
From Los Angeles, live on tape, it's the Dennis Miller Show. Tonight, Sally Kellerman, comedian Jake Johannsen, Joe Walsh, playwright Terrence McNally. This portion of the Dennis Miller Show is brought to you by Bud Dry. Dry brewed so it drinks light, yet satisfies completely.
Hey, welcome back, folks. Joe Walsh.
Hello,
How you
sir.
doing, man?
It's a pleasure to be on your show.
What's up, Joey? How you doing tonight, Mr.
Real
Walsh?
good. You know, I sit at home, I watch your show. It's a refreshing thing to have an intelligent, such eloquent command of the English language. I don't know what the hell you're saying, but you sure know them big words good.
Nor do I follow you, Joe.
Don't worry, I'm harmless. Remember, I came and saw
You bumped into me in the grocery store.
Yeah, you're in the grocery store. Can you really read upside down, or did you know that magazine was upside down? I wanted to shake hands with you, but they were doing fine on their own.
It was Dyslexia Monthly, so
Okay, I'll shut up. It's your show.
You don't have to. Hey, you gonna do Rocky Mountain High tonight?
No, that's John Denver. You blew it.
If they beg?
The other one's me.
Oh, what am I saying?
I
Rocky
know
Mountain
what we
High.
want.
Oh, that's John Denver.
Everybody does that.
Well, that's the one I mean. Are you actually going to do Rocky Mountain High?
Everybody thinks John Denver was in the James Bond.
And then Almost Heaven, West Virginia. Promise, promise, promise.
Okay.
Sunshine on my shoulders makes me break out. All right, Joe. Sorry. We'll be back. Mr. Walsh is here. All right. Hey, that, we did. That new vase looks very nice tonight with the flowers. I really like that.
Mr. President, there's going to be a nuclear test in Nevada. I don't know if you're aware of that. There's a nuclear test. It's coming.
Mommy. Time now for the Miller's Index, the fun way to explore facts and bring comedy to the masses, all in an easy-to-swallow caplet. Percentage of American households in which no books were bought last year, 60. Percentage of these that ask if TV Guide counts, 90. Percentage of American men who take paternity leave, 1. Percentage of those who hear the word wuss when they leave, 100. Percentage of all peanut butter that is chunky, 40. Percentage of all bachelor party strippers that are chunky, 85. Ooh, there's a grim little image. Your name is Cellulitia? Okay. Chances that a Californian has a convertible, 1 in 10. Chances that a Californian has a clue, 2 in 10. And I'm right there. I'm one of the 8 without a clue. Percentage of American men who say they'd rather have sex with Betty Rubble than William Flintstone, 58. Percentage of men who would prefer sex with anything, 100. And, you know, occasionally when I'm alone, I'll just bam it. Bam, Joe. I've gone blind from bam-bamming. Dear Pentrock, I never believed your letters until last month. Yeah, all right. Life expectancy of a worker ant in months, 3. Life expectancy of a scab caterpillar worker in days, 32. Chances that an American gun owner's gun is loaded, 1 in 3. Chances that a Democratic presidential candidate is loaded, 2 in 3. And finally, price of 1 hour of topless cleaning service from Hooters, a Las Vegas company, $57. Price if they use the special attachment on the vacuum cleaner, $500. Yeah. All right, my first guest's sudsy shower scene in MASH is so memorable that Alfred Hitchcock reportedly quipped, I thought I had cornered that market. Please welcome the star of Boris and Natasha, Sally Kellerman, folks. Sally. How you doing?
Well, I'm having a wonderful time. I was kind of sorry I had to come on.
You look natty tonight. Very stylish.
Thank you.
I see you out in the valley at the baby school. I take my son Holden to the school, and I see you there with your
Yeah, Jack and Hannah.
little twins. How old are they now?
They're 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I've been going there quite some time, and one of my mommy and me, the mothers of one of the other babies, they said, I came late, and they said, is that Dennis Miller? And I go, nah. Not in our baby group, you know, and then I went, oh my God, it is, you know. rushed right over to him, got his autograph.
Then you recognize because I had my feetsies pajamas on, and nobody can ever tell. It's really...
You know, I think both of us look better than we did that day.
Now, you're singing now. You're going to start singing tomorrow night,
Well, I've
right?
been
You got an
singing-
engagement? I know you've been singing for
No,
years,
I've been
but you got an
singing-
engagement.
No, not so anybody would know. But yeah, I've been singing for 30 years. But tomorrow night I'm opening. I mean, in the closet I've been singing, but opening at a place called the Rose Tattoo or the Rose or something. They've changed the name on Robertson. Tomorrow night, 8:45.
You got killer pipes. You must have that low, throaty court singer thing.
You know,
down,
I knew
right?
Joe Walsh was singing, but I said I'm sure he'd want me to bop on and sing some soulful ballad to go with it. But no, I couldn't push it through because, you know, actors who sing, everybody goes ah. And I started out as a singer, but you know.
And you kind of walked to the beat of your own drummer right in the middle of a pretty hot film career. You kind of took
Yeah,
off on the
kinda.
road to sing.
Oh
didn't you?
yeah, I'm one of the most intelligent women working in film or not working in film today. I really did. I'm writing a book on this, you know, what not to do and still have a great life. You know, I did right in the middle of, you know, being offered every movie in the world. I got a band and, you know, went on the road.
Yeah, but
I
you-
wanted soul, man. You know, and I got it. I came back 50,000 in the hole my first tour. You know, but we had so much fun at the Cook's house after the third show that it was really worth it. You know, in Ohio 3 times. You know.
There's some things more important than fame. I can't imagine you looking back, though, with much regrets on anything. You seem like
No, I'm having a great time. And I was just an extra in Altman's The Player, so I'm very, very proud about that. I feel I found my métier.
I haven't seen it yet. No, I hear it's
Well,
really
I mean,
the
I'm
most...
an extra with Nick Nolte and Cher, you know, a few people like that. But I mean, yeah, it's a great film.
Is
And,
it so inside, though, that the Midwest is going to turn
No,
off
it's a
to it?
fantastic
It's
story. It's a mystery, and it is so much fun to, you know, find Julia Roberts
Right.
and Bruce Willis and myself. Hair slicked back, guys. Look for me at the big party.
It's like the Sgt. Pepper album cover. You have to try to figure out
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
that's on there.
No, but it's such a wonderful film, and Robert asked me to be in his next movie, and not as an extra.
Oh.
So I mean, I'm set, man. You know.
Well, we got Boris and Natasha we got to talk
You
about
can't say that,
after this
can you?
commercial. Yeah, I keep saying Nastasia.
Boris and Natasha, yeah.
We'll talk about it right after this. Back with Sally Kellerman, folks. Little Funk 49.
Hey, Judd Lund is playing with me tomorrow night, Joe.
My bass
You know,
player.
move over, baby.
Beautiful, man. My bass player, like I have a
My
clue
bass
about
player.
music on the world. I'm
My
such an
bass
ass. All right, Boris and Natasha, these are the lovable two imps from
We're
the
hoping.
Rocky and Bullwinkle show?
Yeah.
I love this. No, they're making a movie about everything now. How do you feel an hour and a half about these
You're
two
not
little...
kidding, and that's what it was. You know, everyone said I saw 100 hours of Boris and Natasha at the Museum of Broadcasting. I saw 2 days worth, you know, and they come on like for 30, you know, like Boris, where's luggage? Which way they go? So, you know, the real challenge in this movie was, you know, I said, well, what was it about? I talked to June Foray. She said it was the voice of Rocky and Natasha, and she said, I said, what was their life like? What did they want? And she says, to get moose and squirrel. And I said, yeah, and then what? You know what I mean?
So that was their motivation.
Yeah, we're trying to make a movie. Somebody said I'd make a good Natasha, you know, and therein went the saga. But anyway, we thought of what they do when no one's looking, and Dave Thomas, you know,
He plays Boris.
and I guess he was here for a while.
Yeah,
I'm
Dave
sorry, I
still
missed
helps
him.
us
Yeah.
out
Does he?
once in a
Oh
while,
yeah,
yeah.
he's great. And
We have a little clip. You want to set it up here? What are we going to see here? This is
I have no idea. No idea.
this is the breakup of the cartoon Soviet Union.
Okay, so Boris and Natasha, we just got out of our fat suits, which was our great disguise, and we're chasing I forget, the one-armed man or somebody.
That's
we're
The
chasing,
Fugitive.
Yeah, was that it?
Oh.
And well, we're chasing somebody, and they're just about to get away, and we've left Ari Gross at the closet talking to the dead body we've just shoved in the closet, and we're chasing after this guy.
Oh, it's that scene again. No, this is from Boris and Natasha.
I'll get you.
Oh,
Hey, how close was I to that guy?
Pretty close. Surprised you didn't nail him.
Oh, thank you.
That was a pretty stupid thing to do. You could have killed him and then we never find out what goes on.
Oh, at least I tried.
Well, it's too late now. We will never get to the train station by 11:30.
Oh, yeah? Watch this. Taxi!
Wasn't Boris had a last name, did Natasha? Boris was Badenov, wasn't he?
Boris Badenov, yeah, and Natasha Fetal.
Oh, Natasha Fetal.
Yeah.
Hey, now, you're a Brown person, right? You're Jerry Brown?
I'm a Brown.
Yeah?
I'm a Brown.
I find Jerry Brown to be an interesting man, too, but why do you think he should be our president? What do you
Well,
think?
isn't he the smartest candidate?
I don't know about that, but I certainly think he's the first to see the fact that we're reaching a point in this culture where we got to change the system because it's just full of it, you know. And I think so maybe he's smart. Maybe his antenna are just set up higher, and he's going to ride that crest first.
Yeah, he certainly talks about all the things I sang at he had a big rally on Saturday night, and he just gave just an amazing talk, and he's certainly saying the things I want to hear, you know, and that you hope. It's amazing how one remains an optimist, but you hope, you know. I mean, at least to have the ideas, at least to be talking about the things that really need change.
What's your take on him, though? Is he sincere, or does he say what we want to hear? I mean, do you really think he's sincere about it?
I think he really does. Gary, I think he's introspective, you know. He hasn't just, he's changed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Life is changed. I mean, you know, he's looking, at least.
Something deeper going on.
Something, it seems to me. It seems like, you know, it's all, you know, it's inside, and it seems like where he spent a lot of time.
All right, Sally. Nice to meet you, Boris and Natasha. It's April 17th, 8 p.m. We'll be right back with comedian Jake Johannsen right after this.
This portion of the Dennis Miller Show is brought to you by Pampers Vases for dry and happy babies.
Sounds great. Joey, you sound great, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, you sound killer. Still got that young, angly, Warren Zevon, kinetic, kicky energy thing happening over there, man.
It's an art form, you know.
You know, it's weird is certain guitarists are, like, so adept that, isn't he, like, if you just heard him playing, couldn't you tell it was Walsh, kind of? I mean, there's not many guys like that. All right. All of a sudden, I'm Dave Marsh for Rolling Stone magazine. Okay. A few weeks ago, terrific comedian Jake Johannsen came on this show and announced he was selling his car. Well, he's back to tell us about the overwhelming response that he received. Watch it. You don't have an airbag on that. Please welcome Jake Johannsen, folks. Jake. Dennis. Yeah, thanks. The cutting new wave edge of American comedy. Now, last time you were on, you said you were going to sell your car. You get a lot of interest?
Well, yeah, I got a lot of interest, but apparently there was a misunderstanding. I need money. I mentioned I had paid my taxes, and I have to send a check tomorrow, and I need to cover it. So a lot of people offered trades.
Barter.
Yeah, and the one that most missed the base was an offer to trade a Vega and a Pacer for my car, 2 for 1. Now, I have too many cars, and this would put me in the way too many cars category. Also, Vega and a Pacer.
Yeah, the Pacer's like an aquarium on wheels.
Yeah. The caller even suggested they might be used as a combination laundry vehicle washing machine. You put your laundry in the back, and then there was a bizarre collection of 70, super trade of a sectional sofa, tape player, Earth Shoes, Bay City Rollers album, and a Bobby Sherman, David Cassidy collaboration album.
Wow.
plus a sympathy letter that this person had written to John Dean during the Watergate hearings, which any one of those things can have you put away. And if she's saving them all in the same box,
You don't want to hook up with her.
her children could have her put away. Then finally, some guy offered a trade for his 1970-born daughter.
Oh,
Which-
wow.
yeah.
Mint condition?
Well, there was no picture or SAT scores, so I've been burned on those deals before.
Yeah, sure. You really
So
gotta
you have to be very careful. And then the cash offers range from, the low offer was this, now see, they transcribed everything. Hello, $350, top offer, testicle head. You don't like our show, pal? Well, the hell with you.
This is actual stuff on our voicemail from viewers?
Yeah, 350 is low, A.
And it doesn't set up a good bargaining basis when they lead off with testicle
When
head.
they call you testicle head, that's, it's hurtful. You have to assume that they want to hurt you when they call you that.
Right, because, you know, they're not your scrotal pal at that point.
I don't think I look like a testicle. I don't think you look like a testicle, and I like the show. So that guy's out of the question. And the high offer was $20 million, but he didn't leave a number.
He was a two-testicle head.
Yeah, exactly. So what I was hoping was we could take a look at the car.
Yeah, we've got the car here.
And do we have the
It's
car?
outside, right outside here.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. She evidently liked the car and was just stopped by. It happens a lot with this car, you know.
What kind of car is it exactly, Jake?
1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme with a 455 motor and a Turbo-Matic Hydroflow transmission, whatever that means. The dice come with the car.
Oh, nice.
And I have a clean pair of dice also.
Backup dice.
Yeah, now that's where the radio goes. I have the radio that goes in there. You don't want to leave it out there with, you know, the type of people that are hanging around out there. She could easily steal the radio. And I also have the... she does not come with the car. No, that's a misunderstanding that I'm trying to get out there. Yeah, she is... I don't... Actually, she doesn't seem... I think she likes me. Or at least she likes the car. So anyway, I'm hoping to get serious offers. I thought I would show the this goes on the side again, and then this goes on the steering wheel. I also have the radio
Right here.
which goes in. It's clean, and I'm just hoping that people will call this time with serious offers to bail me out of my...
Because the next time you come on, we're going to actually exchange the pink slip on TV, right?
I want to sign it off. I want to get this car out of my life.
What's our viewer mail number, or the voicemail number? Do we have that? Can you cue that up? If you want to buy Jake's car, we're going to close the deal sometime in the next couple of weeks.
I really need
staying
help,
in town?
Dennis. Well, yeah, I'm in and out for the next couple of weeks, but I'll be around.
Give us a call at this number if you have a serious offer. What are you looking for, Jake? Give us a ballpark
Oh,
figure.
well, I got the newspapers and things that's, quote, anywhere from 4,500 up to, and that's the low end, up to 16-something for mint condition, which my car is not in that condition.
So what do you
somewhere
think?
in there.
What do you ask?
I don't know,
Just
somewhere
give me a
around
figure.
five grand. Somewhere around that.
70?
570.
No, I mean, it's a 1970 car and you're asking for $5 grand?
It's 1970. It's got a big motor and the here's the things that I put in: new transmission, new radiator, new starter, new battery. The upholstery's only a couple years old. I'm not saying that it needs these things fixed that often. I just put them all in there.
All right.
That's all.
Mint condition. You want to buy Jake's car? Give us a call, folks. We'll be right back with Joe Walsh right after this. Jake, thank you. Folks, here singing the classic John Denver hit Rocky Mountain Way. James Gang hit Rocky Mountain Way. It's Joe Walsh. Joe, take it, buddy.
screwed up because you said the wrong song. Sorry about that. Yeah. Ready? Go ahead.
Tomorrow night, my guests will be Shelley Duvall, Deirdre Hall, comedian David Feldman, and Flaco Jimenez. Nick?
Dennis?
Who's Flaco Jimenez?
Yeah, I believe he was the drummer of Cheap Trick, right?
No, that's Bunny Carlos, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
He's an accordion player.
He's the new Frankie Yankovic.
Yeah. I'm so thirsty. And on Thursday night, join me when we spotlight the city of Philadelphia. I'm beginning to wonder about my...
Whoa!
Okay. Who put that there? I've got a little housekeeping to do, Mr. B. That was my quicker picker-upper ode to Nancy Walker. The International Atomic Energy Agency ranks nuclear accidents using this chart right here. But looking at the chart, it's hard to decipher the difference between an incident and a serious incident, or between a serious accident and a major accident. So we've broken it down to make the chart a bit more accessible to you, the concerned consumer. Level 1, anomaly. Where's that at? Down here. Did we spell anomaly right? We had it spelled wrong. Imagine how weird that would have looked on air. Anomaly, euphemistically, that means nice tan. Okay. Level 2, incident. Really nice tan. Level 3, serious incident. Bitchin' tan. Are you losing your hair? is level 4. Oh, where am I? Am I on the wrong thing? Accident, mainly an installation. Excuse me, is this your ear? And level 5, accident with off-site risk. Get the wet back, the dog has liquefied. Okay, level 6, I had a clamp incident back here of my own. It was the China clamp incident. Level 6, serious accident. You got something in your eye. No, your other eye. No, your other eye. And lastly, level 7, major accident. Marvel at the size of your genitals. Yeah, so all right, now we've got a playwright. Let's treat him nicely. He wrote the hits Frankie and Johnny and the Claire de Lune and the Ritz, and has a play called It's Only a Play, opening in Los Angeles on April 16th. Please welcome him, Terrence McNally, folks. Terrence. Now, you wrote, well, it became the film Frankie and Johnny, and
Play first. So,
yeah, Frankie and Johnny and the Claire de Lune. And I think it was Hemingway who once said that when you write something for Hollywood, you often just drive up to the border of California, throw it in, and then hit the gas.
Yeah.
And I was wondering how you got to write the screenplay, so the experience wasn't as bad for you.
A dream first-time experience. A wonderful director, great cast. They liked my first draft. I didn't get fired for my own movie, which is the basic experience out
the
here.
movie was great. You liked it?
The first time I ever came to L.A., I knew two guys who'd both moved out here, and I said they'll really like one another. And one guy said, yeah, I really got depressed. They put another writer on my movie. And the other guy, they're supposed to be great friends, said, yeah, I got hired to rewrite this piece of junk. And, of course, it was his movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, this is what happens to writers. But it didn't happen to me. I was really lucky.
Yeah. But
So
now, in
maybe
your
I should
play,
quit
you
while
had
I'm
Kathy
ahead.
Bates.
Yeah.
As the waitress.
Yeah.
And then it was Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, two great actresses. I don't know why they made such a big deal about it. You know, Olivier played Hamlet. Gielgud played Hamlet. You know, Marlon Brando talked about playing Hamlet.
Don Knotts.
Why can't I have a few people? Yeah, his was very good. Why couldn't I have a few people play Frankie? You know, in London, Julie Waters did it.
Right.
Who's a great actress, too. So I've been very lucky. And I think Michelle is extraordinary in the film, just very different. I wrote it for Kathy. The play was written for Kathy. But she got her Oscar, so, you know, everybody's living happily ever after.
I think Michelle was so good you didn't get hung up on her looks.
She was,
you know, it was just
so heartbreaking. And because she is so beautiful, it made it very painful that she felt so unloved, you know, and it was really, that movie tears me up when I watch it, and I sort of forget I wrote it because she's so moving in those last 10 minutes, that big scene, and it's great acting.
Well, I'll tell you, I must tear you up at the state of American theater, in that it seems to me that some odd confluence of events. We have one man with a very, some would say jaded sensibility, some would say a peculiar sensibility in New York, who determines exactly what the American theater public sees. How has it come to this?
Well, I don't know. We don't have any newspapers, number one. You know, we've got really the New York Times.
Right. And
the
the
play I'm about to open here, It's Only a Play, is about the 2 hours waiting for this sacred grail called the New York Times and Frank Rich's review to arrive at the party. They're waiting to see if they're validated or not. It's a strange 2 hours of limbo. You don't know whether you're successful or you're not. And why has it happened? I don't know, because I still think plays run like television shows are popular in movies, because people say, hey, I saw something great, go see it. I think a critic can get you started, especially if you're an unknown talent. Right. But if the audience doesn't like it, if they don't go home every night and tell 1,000 other people, you got to go see this play, it's going to close in a couple of weeks. Half the shows running in New York, Frank Rich did not give a good review to. And there's a show on right now that's coming off Sunday that he gave a wonderful review to, but obviously the audiences weren't going. So it's not as bad as it sounds. You know, people talk a lot about the death of the theater. Broadway has a lot of problems, yeah. The American theater is very, very healthy. Think, look at the difference in that. L.A. alone. Well, why no theater in L.A.? The play that just won the Pulitzer Prize was done here. It started in Seattle, and then it was done at the Mark Taper here in Los Angeles. So there's very important theater being done all around America. So the American theater is doing great. Broadway, as a piece of real estate, has some very real problems.
Well, what are the darker problems there than Frank Rich then? Why is the system not working there anymore?
I don't know. We're doing something wrong. We who write plays and produce them, we're not getting enough young people in those seats. And it's not just the price of tickets, because it's not cheap to go see Madonna or Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, but it's not $60 a pop.
By the time you buy the souvenir sweatshirt and everything else and get to your seat, you've spent close to that.
Yeah,
sure.
but you go to the theater, you pick up your Othello Rules T-shirt, and
I don't know what we're doing wrong, but see, I was brought to the theater as a child. I saw grown-up entertainment.
What'd you see first?
My mother and father took me to see Annie Get Your Gun with Ethel Merman, and you remember that all your life,
She didn't need a mic either.
No, it was live, which is so great about it too. It's because my play, there's nights it goes so well, and you say, why can't they do it this way every night? Like in the movie, it's frozen forever, but then the next night it dips a little bit,
right.
But the great thing about a movie is about a play is it can even be better than you ever dreamed it was, and there is something about a live event that is so exciting to me, and
exhilarating when it's great.
It's very exhilarating when it happens.
Yeah.
It keeps you,
well,
your
the new
nails
play
short.
it's only a play. It's at the Doolittle Theater. Opens April 16th. Terrence McNally. Folks, thank you, Terrence.
We'll be right back right after this.
This portion of the Dennis Miller Show is brought to you by Hyundai, makers of Excel, Scoop, Sonata, and the brand new Elantra.
All right, welcome back. Oh, man.
Joey, Mr. Walsh just went off on a horn riff. It was like Bitch's Brew. It was, hey, anything happening on the Eagles front? Are we going to see that again, or is that...
Never mind that. You remember that time in Wichita, Kansas, when I first met you? You told me I was 3 sandwiches short of a picnic?
Yeah. I do remember that.
I'm on your show now.
Where were we then? What was it?
In Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita, that's right. First time we met. Joe, I'd like to thank you for coming in tonight. I'd like
welcome,
to also
sir.
thank Sally Kellerman. Sally's singing tomorrow. Sally begins a 2-month singing engagement tomorrow. 2 months straight at the Rose Garden. They shoot horses, don't they? And Terrence McNally, Joe Walsh, Jake Johannsen selling his car. Give him a bid. Sally Kellerman, good night, teenagers.
When in Los Angeles, guests of the Dennis Miller Show stay at the St. James Club and Hotel.
Tell me. I'll live